Whitmer, quick slant, ball thrown to Davis, and the ball is stolen out of Davis's hand by Dante Dion at the 50-yard line, and he is going to sprint in for a second defensive touchdown of the game.
Here's a look at the Mountain West Football Championship Trophy, and I suppose it's only fitting that we start this segment off with the team that currently owns one of these in their football facilities in Boise, the Boise State Broncos. Pleased to be joined by Rees Odhiambo, offensive lineman, and safety Darian Thompson. The Broncos capped off a Mountain West championship season, went 12-2 overall, 7-1 in the Mountain West, finishing first in the Mountain Division, and of course won the championship game right there in Boise. Let's start with talking about the 2014 season. Let's talk about the way that you guys were able to rise out of that loss against the Air Force Academy. That really a defining moment for your team, and last year the guys really talked about that being where everything changed, and you guys refocused and were able to get on that rise, and it ended up in the championship season. How much fun, we'll start with you, Darian, how much fun was it for you guys to bind together as a team with something to shoot for? You end up winning a Mountain West championship, and you also go to the Fiesta Bowl with a thrilling win over the University of Arizona.
Right. Last season it was amazing just to see the guys come together and bounce back from the earlier losses in the season. After the Air Force game, we kind of sat there and we made a bond to ourselves that we're going to focus 1 week at a time, and that's what we did. And before you know it, we're playing in the championship. So I think going into the Air Force game, we're kind of focused on the future, and that's what led us to the loss. But when we took a step back and we're actually able to focus week by week, and that's when we gained our momentum.
We're looking at some exclusive footage shot by the Mountain West Network inside the locker room, to be in there with your brothers and know that you just accomplished the ultimate goal. What was that feeling like? Both times in the locker room in Boise after the Mountain West Championship game and the celebration of the Fiesta Bowl win. It had to be great to all bind together and celebrate that you guys accomplished those goals.
To me, the feeling of winning the Mountain West was was gratifying, but at the same time, it kind of left you a little bit hungry. Just knowing that the year before, we didn't get none of that done, and at the same time, we didn't even win our bowl game. So to me, I was just thinking that, okay, we got one part done. Now we got to go win the next part. But after winning the Fiesta Bowl, just got to feel relief and excitement all at the same time. It was great. I truly just enjoying that with all my brothers and stuff. And in
coaching, talking with Coach Harsin, he says he's not letting anyone get complacent. Not that anyone did. There are new goals out there, and you look at the 2015 roster, and there's some production that is now gone out of the quarterback position and at the running back position. Grant Hedrick now gone, and Jay Ajayi now playing in the NFL. Where do you guys look to minimize some of the damage that's been lost by the production that's been lost between Ajayi and Hedrick?
Well, one thing they always tell us is it starts with us up front. So our job is just to go out there and make sure we got to improve from what we did last year and do a lot better, knowing that the guys coming into those two positions are going to won't have that much experience. So we have to make sure we pick up the slack on their end.
Certainly some big shoes to fill, no doubt about that. And maybe the best offense would be a great defense. And Darren, you certainly have that. I mean, you can look up and down the defense, whether you look up front with Kamale Correa and company, right. You look at the linebacking core, Tanner Vallejo and company, and then in the secondary, arguably one of the best secondaries in all of college football, headlined by yourself, Dante Dion. How good can this secondary be this year? You and Dante have a little bit of a personal battle going, and who can make the most picks in a career, and you guys are well on your way. You guys certainly are very intimidating for opposing offenses.
Right. It's kind of crazy that you said that. Yeah, me and Dante, we go back and forth every now and then about who has the most picks, or as we call it, who has the better hands.
Yeah.
But we have the potential to be a pretty good defensive back group, let alone a very good defense. And like you mentioned before, a lot of people are wondering what's going to be happening with the running back and the quarterback situation. As long as the defense is on top of its game, I think that there will be very minimal problems at all, if any. So that's our job. We're there to back up the offense, just like the offense is there to back up the defense when the defense is so hot. So when it comes down to it, we'll be fine. We'll be ready to go come September 4th.
You guys have certainly backed up your coach, and he was the home run hire, the one guy that they go after when Coach Peterson leaves, and Brian Harsin comes in. He's a Boise State guy, bleeds Boise blue and orange, and he comes in, and you guys don't skip a beat. How much does it mean, Rees, to have a guy who's walked in your shoes, who has helped really establish that program as a player, as an assistant coach, and now as a coach? He was a finalist for many of the the coaches of the Coach of the Year awards last year, and he's thought to be one of the top coaches once again in all of college football. To have him as a guy who walked in your shoes one day, pretty gratifying that he's still walking this path along with you.
I say it really is. But the biggest thing that I feel like it really helps with is him knowing the culture and what to expect when he comes here. So when he comes here, it's not like he's coming here learning what we do first. He already knows how things work, the expectations we have on ourselves. And so his job is to just come in, make sure he puts a great coaching staff around us, and we just take off from there.
Darren, he really rallies around the Boise community. You see him walk into stadiums, leading you guys out on the field, slapping hands. He certainly immersed himself into that community, and it's not just about Boise football, it's about the community of Boise. And do you see the same things out of him?
Oh yeah, definitely. He's a great coach, but he's an even better person. They love him in the community. He's always taking strides to do the extra thing to ensure that the community knows that Bronco Nation has their back. And he has a great family, and he's a great leader, and he helped us when we were down. We had an 8-4 season. He came in, a lot of people didn't know what to expect from the next year from the Broncos, and he brought the energy and excitement we needed, and we were able to get it done. Well,
coaches always say the next game is always the biggest, and you just played a Fiesta Bowl game in the early January or late December, and it's a big win, but the next one's the biggest, and I think everyone in Boise is really looking forward to the next one for all kinds of reasons. One, you're opening up at home for the first time in a while. You guys customarily go on the road and play a big game, whether it be neutral sites but you guys are back at home, and this game will be huge because it's against the University of Washington, a guy that recruited you guys in Chris Peterson and a good friend of Coach Harsin. How big is that game going to be in Boise, Rees? How much are people talking about that game in the community, about Coach Pete coming back to face his former team and former players?
Anytime I go out, everyone just says, just don't lose to UW, don't lose to UW. So a lot of people are excited about playing that, watching that game, I guess. And to us, we just got to get ready for the whole entire season and make sure that when that game starts, we begin off at a good starting point that we did last year.
Darren, to face a guy that recruited you, would that be emotional for you, or is it really just another game? I know you have to say that and you have to believe that, but when you face a guy that brought you to the place where you call home now, it's got to be an emotional game. Oh yeah, it definitely is. I don't believe that anyone who says it's just an ordinary game is telling the truth. Coach Peterson and his staff gave me the opportunity to play college football, and like you said, they brought me to Boise. It's going to be nice to have them come back to the blue, even though they're going to be wearing different colors. It'd be nice to catch up. It's going to be a great game. I know everybody's excited for it. I'm sure the fans are going nuts already. They will be going nuts September 4th, and our team will be ready. We're going to go to fall camp, hit it hard, and get ready for the season. Well, we wish you luck in fall camp, and certainly wish you luck against the University of Washington, and then in defending your Mountain West title, and perhaps another one of these trophies will have a twin at home in Boise at the end of the season. Thank you. For the Boise State Broncos, Rees Odhiambo and Darian Thompson. When we come back, we're going to talk with the Rams from Colorado State, Rashard Higgins and Trent Matthews. When we come back live, the Cosmopolitan from Mountain West Football Media Days, right after this.